Hey everyone, Kaser, welcome back to Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. Well, instead of a new chapter for Year 8 or Volume 1, we get our second limited time side quest, Shadows of the Dark Lord. So basically 4 days remaining as we're recording this video, which means it's going to be pretty long, which I don't like. It says here though, as you and your friends prepare for a night of magical fun, you detect a cloud of unease spreading throughout the castle. With a bit of investigation and a dash of quick wit, you piece together the mystery that's putting all your professors on edge. Face your fears and complete this quest to receive a tappable, enchanted candle from Professor Dumbledore. I like candles, and I think tappables are great. The question is the tappable going to be energy? Is it going to be something else? We'll see. The reason I don't really like limited time side quests though is that there's so many that they pump out, and the fact that they're just so long to do. I prefer the chapters because they're easier and shorter, right? Oh. The dog's there, Fang. I was like, why is he looking like a robot that's been deactivated? There you are, Casey. It's good to see you're alright. Of course I am, Hagrid. Why wouldn't I be? I changed my outfit, by the way. Oh, it's nothing to worry about, I'm sure. I'm just glad that your friends can meet me. I was helping set up the Hogsmeade Carnival all day, and I came home to find my garden infested. I thought you could help me with these pesky gnomes. Good to stick together during these times like these. I'm happy to help, but what do you mean by times like these? Is something wrong? Oh, of course not. But just forget I said anything so I can get to work on these gnomes before they settle in alright. Know you're hiding something. Let's go. Well, the cat's out of the bag, so to speak, right? And whatever cliche thing you could say. Come on, Hagrid. You're clearly hiding something. Whatever it is, you can tell me. I can't get anything past you, can I? The truth is, yeah, maybe right, but it's not me secret to tell. So there is a secret. I knew it. I hate to let you down, and I'd tell you if I could. Just know you'll be safe if you stick together. Alright, let's hope so. It's a beautiful day, so stop worrying. I'm not worried, I'm curious. I love denoming as much as anyone, but Hagrid's acting a bit odd, I think. He did say a few strange things. I knew he was hiding something, so I pushed him on it, and he said it wasn't his secret to tell. Then whatever it is, it must be big. Perhaps if we talk to him a bit while we work, he'll get comfortable enough to share a few details. Why am I acting like I uncovered something? He told me. He let it slip. Brilliant. My garden's all cleared up, and having a bit of fun there all is exactly what I needed. I feel great. Now that we had a bit of fun, I'll be honest and admit I was a bit out of sorts when you arrived. When dark forces are about, it is important to find a bit of light, and you've helped me do just that. Thank you. Did you say dark forces? I shouldn't have said that. I knew you were hiding something. If dark forces are about, you gotta tell us which, and what we can do. I really don't mean to alarm you, Casey. Honestly, I got a bit too comfortable, and I overspoke. Forgive the ramblings, oh your gamekeeper, and just keep your friends close. I'm sure you'll be fine. Now hurry along and find something to enjoy this beautiful day together. Actually, work in the garden gave me an idea for how to do just that, Hagrid. Now that we're done here, everyone can meet me in the Great Hall. I'll tell you my perfect plan. I am curious about the dark forces. Hi everyone, thanks for meeting me here. Hagrid was in a curious mood when we helped him in his garden, but I've been thinking about what he said. He wouldn't say exactly what was going on, but he did say it was an important time to keep our friends close. So, I've come up with the perfect plan for how to do just that. What do you have in mind, Penny? We only have so many warm days left because the season changes, and we'll soon all be focused on our studies. So, I thought we'd take advantage of this last bit of nice weather with a very own Hogwarts camping trip. That's quite an idea, Penny. I'm surprised we haven't thought of it before. I've always wanted to enjoy a camping trip on Hogwarts grounds. Camping is the best. We'll get to spend time with friends, reconnect with nature, and eat delicious food cooked on an open fire. It sounds like fun. I can't decide what I'm most excited for. Spending time with friends, reconnecting with nature, eating delicious food. Well, the obvious thing is friends, so we'll go friends. Well, I'm just excited to spend time with you all. That's what Hagrid said we should do, and frankly, I agree. I feel the same way. Camping is a perfect way to catch up and swap stories without any distractions. To make sure we fully enjoy a camping trip, it needs to be carefully planned. So let's go over everything we need, then we'll pack up and head out to the great outdoors. Where are we camping? Please tell me. Alright, we made a good list of everything we need for the perfect camping trip. First, we need to choose the perfect place to camp, somewhere exciting and peaceful, away from the castle. You and I can handle that part. We'll consult the map of the grounds and pick the perfect spot. Great, if we're doing that, we'll need someone else to get food. To feed the 4 of us, we'll need a lot of food. Perhaps we'd better send Barnaby. He can carry the most. Oh great, that just leaves shelter. We'll need a good sized tent. As you know, spending time with you all is the most exciting part of this for me. Picking a tent that comfortably fits all of us will be important if we want to stay up late and talk into the night. Troop said she might have a lead on the perfect tent, so perhaps she can be in charge of finding our shelter. I kinda want that job, honestly. Brilliant, and I think that's everything. Barnaby will get food, Troop will get the tent, and you and I will pick the very best place to set up camp. Perfect. Now let's head over to the library and consult a map of the grounds. Actually, you know what? I think it would be better to do this job. It's easier. Oh, that's done. Hey Casey, I've been studying the maps and close to finding the perfect campsite. Only... what is it, Penny? It's just, the more I think about what Hagrid said, or didn't say, the more I'm starting to worry. I know he told us to try and enjoy the weather together, and I want to do that. But if there really are dark forces about, like Hagrid said, then we could be in danger. What do you think is it reasonable for me to feel worried, or am I overthinking it? Feel worried, overthink it. Okay, so there's 2 thoughts to this. Yes, it is probably good to worry, and maybe camping in the woods or wherever we're going to be camping isn't the best idea, but Hagrid did say stick together, and that's what we're doing. So, whether we're sticking together camping or somewhere else, we're still together. But it's good to worry. It's reasonable to feel worried, Penny. Hagrid said some alarming things. But he also said we'd be safe as long as we stick together. I plan on making sure that happens. In the meantime, we'll keep our ears to the ground. If we hear anything else strange, we'll handle it together. Yes, I am a good friend. The truth is, camping might be just a thing to get this out of my head. Then, we better do what we came here to do and pick the perfect spot for a campsite. I've been considering everything we wanted for a campsite. Perfect, peaceful, exciting, away from the castle. Looking at these maps, there's one location that has all 3 features, the lakeshore. I know you and Beatrice had an unpleasant encounter there, but I doubt we'll see any dark wizards this time. Brilliant idea, Penny. The lakeshore would make a great campsite. Perfect, then we're all done here. Let's check in with the others, and if they're ready, we can head out for a brilliant night under the stars. Wait a second, am I not doing a quest? I'm sure I didn't just hear something about the 2 of you going camping. You mustn't. Students must remain inside the castle, especially at night. What do you mean, Madame Pince? We haven't heard any kind of official announcement. What's going on? Listen to me very closely, both of you. What I'm about to say is of the utmost importance. Well, scratch that. We do have a quest. I trust that you will heed my warning now that you've heard it. Stick to your doors for now, especially at night. It is not my place to spread rumors and gossip, but trust me when I say you do not want to get involved. Well, that was certainly odd. It seems you were right when you said it was reasonable to be worried, even Madame Pince's. You're right, Penny. We still don't know what it is, but we've seen too much to just ignore it at this point. Perhaps the best thing to do would be to gather the others and find out if they've heard anything too. Good point. They've all been around the castle looking for food and shelter by now. Exactly. If they have heard or seen anything, we might be able to put it all together and get to the bottom of this. Then I'll send them to meet us at the Great Hall. Okay. Weren't we just there? At the Great Hall? I'm pretty sure we were. Hi everyone. Thanks for meeting us on short notice. Of course. I was just able to send word when I heard from Penny. I went to the kitchen and got the finest bangers on offer to roast on our camping trip. And I've got good news as well. I found the perfect tent for a night under the stars. It's light and it looks small, but when you step inside, it's like a world of its own. It's perfect. That's wonderful to hear, but there's something else we want to talk to you both about first. Yes, Penny and I just came from the library where we received a very strange warning from Madame Pince. She wouldn't go into details, but she advised us to stick to our dormants for now. We asked why, but she would only say it's better to read about some things than to experience them firsthand. To be honest, I do agree with her. We've been trying to make sense of it. And we wondered if you two had seen or heard anything strange during your search of the castle. Come to think of it, Pitch was acting a bit strange when I talked to him in the kitchens. He would only give me the bangers if I promised I was stocking up reserves so I didn't have to leave my dorm. He wouldn't say why though. Perhaps he thought I was training for some kind of banger eating competition. That is curious. What about you, Tulip? Actually, I did overhear Professor McGonagall saying something about the corridor on my way here. She told Professor Snape to meet her in the classroom later for an important meeting about the student's safety. I didn't think much of it at the time though. They're always going on about safety this and safety that. I wonder if it has anything to do with Madame Pince's warning, or what Hagrid said in the garden. Yes, I thought it was reasonable for us to worry before. Looking at this together, I'd say it's certain. Something is clearly going on. The only problem is, despite all we've seen and heard, we still don't know what it is. I hate to admit it, but I think I have a guess, and if I'm right, it doesn't bode well for our camping trip. I also have a guess, but given the look in your eyes, I'm guessing mine is a bit different than yours. You two can guess all you like, but it is perfectly clear to me what's going on. It's no big mystery, really. If you all have theories, let's hear them. Together we can figure out what's going on that have our professors on edge. Man, there's a lot of dialogue so far in this particular questline. Okay, I understand all of your theories now. Penny thinks it's a dangerous threat to the school, and the professors are trying to keep us from panicking. But Tulip thinks it's likely the professors are just preparing for a dance or a surprise party of some kind. Perhaps there's nothing going on at all, and we're just a bit confused. You'd be surprised how often that happens to me. But what do you think, KC? One of us is surely right, but which? Penny? Tulip? Barnaby? I mean, it could be anything. I'm just guessing too, like everybody else. So it's not really any right or wrong answer, it's just a guess. I would say, let's go for the most extreme, horrible thing. It's a massive, crazy creature that's gonna eat her bones. Which means it's gonna be Penny's. Wait, is it Penny's? Which one's which? It's Penny. I think you're right, Penny. There seems to be some kind of threat to the school. What it is exactly, we cannot say sure yet, but it seems to have all the teachers on edge. I knew you'd agree with me, Casey. As much as I hate to admit it, it seems clear to me that we could all be in considerable danger. But if there was truly imminent danger, the professors would tell us. Whatever this is, the teachers seem to think they can sort it out on their own without involving us. So it can't be that bad. I say we leave it to them, as they seem to wish, and we can enjoy our camping trip. I'd feel a lot better if we knew for certain that we weren't in danger before we made any plans to sleep outside. Alright, fine. Let's find out for certain. How do you propose we do that, Tulip? Blav. We can eavesdrop on the conversation between Snape and McGonagall. If the conversation about student safety is related to all of this, they're sure to reveal what's going on. I'm not a huge fan of eavesdropping, but it would be good to know if the camping trip is a bad idea. Let's send 2 people though, so there's no room for misinterpretation. Alright, Tulip and I will go and listen, just to see if we can hear anything definitive. Then we'll report back. Brilliant! They said they were going to meet in the Transfiguration classroom soon, so we better hurry. If we get there first, we can find a place to hide before they arrive. I'll be honest, I just want to get to the camping, and I want to see how this is going to play out. But we got a long way to go. Are we going to camp or not? I assume we're going to camp. We'll see what happens and when. Part 2 though. A bit of eavesdropping leads you to make a startling discovery. As the clues come together, a quick visit with a friend in the hospital wing may be finally enough for you to crack the case. Brilliant! It seems you've arrived before Professor Snape and McGonagall. The coast is clear. You're sure they're going to meet us here? Yes, I overheard Professor Snape say he wanted to talk with McGonagall about student safety. She told him to meet her here, so they could talk in private. All we have to do is hide. We're sure to learn the truth behind all the strange things you've heard so far. Let us find a hiding spot before they arrive. Perhaps Professor McGonagall's desk would work. It's large enough to hide us both and will easily be in earshot of their conversation. Brilliant! Let's hide quick. I think they're coming. They sure say the word brilliant a lot, don't they? Did you hear that, Tulip? Professor Snape seems to think that something quite dark is coming. He said rumors are often the harbingers of hard truths, and that we may all be in serious danger. Yes, but Professor McGonagall said that the rumors might not even be true. You heard it yourself. She told Professor Snape to carry on as if things were normal, so I think it is best if we do the same. In fact, based on what she said, I don't think we should assume there's any danger at all. Yes? No. Keep in mind, this is supposed to be private in terms of the conversation. They're telling everybody else in public to stay in the dorm. No, she was clearly worried too. Perhaps not as much as Professor Snape, but even so. Fine, perhaps it's nothing, but it doesn't seem life-threatening to me. It could still be a surprise party for all we know. Lucky for all of us, I have a brilliant plan to keep us safe on our camping trip, no matter what. You do? Yeah, hear me out. There's a powerful variation on the shield charm called Protego Maxima. If we learn that spell and cast it on our campsite, we'll be safe from any trouble that might wander away. If it's so powerful, it's likely a complicated spell. Quite complicated, but luckily we got one of the best charmed professors Hogwarts has ever seen. Professor Flitwick is always eager to teach us new charms. With his tutelage and your skill, we'll be casting Protego Maxima on our campsite in no time. Well, wait, didn't we already learn that spell over time, though? I know we've used it before, but maybe we've never actually learned it, I don't know. I suppose if we learn a powerful enough protective spell, we could be quite safe outdoors. It would be enough to keep any potential at bay, which may also put Penny's worries at ease. Let's do it. There's that word again. Brilliant! Let's track him down. Wait, he's in the dueling room? Are we gonna duel him? Oh, he's just practicing, okay. Well, I know I used to do a voice for him, but I can't remember what it was. I know it was like really high. Eh, eh, eh. Take that! In that! Excuse me, Professor Flitwick. I hope I'm not interrupting. We were just discussing the spell Protego Maxima, and we thought it might be useful to learn. You've always been so willing to help us learn it out of class, we were wondering if you might teach it to us. Protego Maxima is a very powerful charm indeed. It is the very strongest version of the shield charm that exists. I am delighted you're taking such an interest in charms, and I'd be happy to teach you the spell someday. but I am afraid I need to focus on my dueling skills for now. Let's talk again another time. Alright, but if you don't mind me asking, sir, why are you so focused on your dueling skills now? Is there a competition coming up? Not exactly. I wish I could discuss it with you, but I'm afraid I can't. Surely you can accept that. No? Yes. No, I can't accept that. I mean, I guess I can, but I want to push back. No, sir, I honestly can't. It is within your power to discuss it if you want to. The truth is, it is up to you, and you're choosing not to. I suppose you're right. And if I am being honest, all the secrecy worries me a bit. I can't tell you everything, but I can tell you enough to help keep you safe until all this is settled. Just what is going on? I'm hoping for monsters, or something crazy, or maybe I just want a really good screenshot for a thumbnail. So, all the teachers are worried because of a disturbing sighting reported by a fellow student. Precisely! Since the report came in, there have been some truly unsettling rumors. You'll have to excuse your secrecy, because it is hard to know what to believe right now. It could be nothing. However, if the rumors are true, I haven't been put to the test like this since the First Wizarding War. You fought in the First Wizarding War, sir? Oh. Like many of our other professors, I had to fulfill my professional duties while the war raged on. But there were many challenges along the way, and we had to be operating at the peak of our powers. You never knew what dark surprises a day might hold, and a single errant wand stroke could have meant my end. Oh my. Yes, but that was a long time ago, and I've grown quite comfortable teaching lately. Which is precisely why I need to practice. I must make sure my skills are in top shape again, just in case. As for you, stay inside and keep your friends close. Let the teachers handle this. Blimey, I can't believe that's all he's going to tell us. It's only bits and pieces. It was more than anyone else has been willing to say, but you're right, there were certainly holes in the story. What this all has to do with the First Wizarding War, I simply couldn't fathom. I just want to go camping, but instead, we're chasing whispers and secrets all around the castle. Perhaps we should talk to another teacher and get to the bottom of this. Based on what I've heard so far, I think the other teachers are going to be equally tight-lipped. Surely someone is willing to tell us something. Come to think of it, there's someone who might be able to help us. When we were in his garden, Hagrid seemed eager to discuss something, but he kept stopping himself. I pushed him at the time, and he did admit there was a secret that wasn't his to tell. Perhaps now that we know most of the story, he'd be willing to confirm or deny the last few details. Of course, Hagrid would be happy to fill in the remaining holes, given all that we already know. It would be a far cry from simply telling us the secret outright. I don't suppose it could hurt to ask. He may even be relieved at the chance to talk about it. I'll go talk to Hagrid now. With any luck, we'll soon understand what's getting everyone so out of sorts. Why do I get the feeling this is kind of like some M. Night Shyamalan movie, where we're not sure what it is, and then in the end there's some kind of twist or something. Hi Hagrid, thanks for meeting me. A lot has happened since we last saw each other in your garden. I hope everything's alright, Casey. To be honest, my friends and I have received several strange warnings from several faculty members. I was hoping you could help me make sense of it all. I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. It's alright, Hagrid. I'm not asking you to break any promises. But all the secrecy is leading to a lot of confusion, and my friends and I aren't sure what to believe. I see. We know a student saw something that got everyone on edge, but we don't know what it is. As a result, Penny thinks we're all in danger, Barnaby thinks we're just confused, and nothing is going on. And Tulip thinks that the teachers are planning some kind of surprise party for us. At this point, I agree with Penny, but you can see how confusing it has become for everyone. Blimey, Tulip thinks it's a surprise party? Believe me, if the rumors are true, there won't be any parties for a long time. In fact, we might be facing some of the darkest days since... Since when, Hagrid? Well, since the darkest days I've ever seen. I can't break my promise and tell you everything, but I can at least tell you which of your theories is the closest. I hope it's the party. Maybe it'll be again an M. Night Shyamalan twist. I see. So Penny was right. We are in danger, and you have a personal history with whatever it is. It is only rumors at this point, but the possibility scares me enough to take the rumors seriously. We're trying to keep things quiet, because we don't know anything for certain yet. We don't want to cause a panic.
No.
I do hate hiding things from you, Casey. You aren't mad at me, are ya? Of course not. I'm a little upset. I'm not upset. Why would I be upset? They make a good point. You don't want to cause a panic. Of course not, Hagrid. You don't want to spread rumors before you know the truth. I understand.
Ah!
Exactly. I'm happy to hear you're not upset with me.
Oh.
We want to keep the students safe, which means keeping things quiet until we know what we're dealing with.
No.
I'd like to see any more students wind up in the hospital wing. The hospital wing? Who's in the hospital wing, Hagrid? That's not me story to tell, Casey. That matters between Professor Dumbledore and Mr. Copper, I'm afraid. Mr. Copper? Do you mean Ben? Ben is in the hospital wing? Well, what happened? Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Thanks for telling me, Hagrid, but I've got to hurry now and check on Ben. I hope he's alright. I'm sure he's fine. There he is. Who's that? Who would have thought regrowing bones could be so painful? Ugh. Back, you fiend! You're possessed? Always nice to have visitors, even if not for me. Oh, you're a swell fellow. Hi, Ben. Are you alright? I'm fine. Just a little shook up. I didn't think anyone knew I was here. You got a little, bump on the noggin. Yeah, Hagrid told me, but he wouldn't say what happened. It's all quite confusing. We've been getting strange warnings from all the teachers, and now I found you here. Can you tell me what's going on, Ben? I suppose I could, but there's no point. You wouldn't believe me. Perhaps it's better if I keep it to myself. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. No games, Ben. Tell me right now. Ben, out of anybody, should know the things that we've seen throughout the now going into the 8 years at Hogwarts. No games, Ben. Tell me what happened right now. I need to know. You say you've turned over a new leaf and you're no longer frightened. Prove it. You're right. I'll tell you what I saw, and perhaps then you'll know why everyone is so worried. Oh, baby. Now we get to the good stuff. I said, now we'll get to the good stuff. Blimey, Ben. Do you mean to tell me you saw Voldemort by the Black Lake? Quiet. Don't say his name. I was circling the lakeshore, following a beautiful group of glow bugs. I heard a strange sound in the dark, so I went to investigate, and there he was. He had the hood of his robe pulled up over his face, but there was no doubt in my mind, it was him. Did he attack you? How did you wind up here? Brave as I am, even I'm not daft enough to take on you-know-who on my own. I ran for the castle as fast as I could. I must have tripped on a rock or something. I just know I went down, and when I woke up, I was here. That's quite a story, Ben. Does that mean you believe me? Of course, I'm not sure. The obvious thing is it possible that he dreamed it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, Ben, but I'm just not sure. It was dark out. Perhaps you saw something that looked like you-know-who, and your imagination played tricks. I knew you wouldn't believe me. No one else does. But I know what I saw. Thanks for being honest with me, though. I know I can trust you, and I know you have my back either way. Did you tell Dumbledore all about this? What does he think? Yes, he came to see me immediately. He's been quite supportive and helpful. And just like you, I get the impression Dumbledore is not totally certain he believes what I saw. I understand the feeling though, I wish it wasn't true myself. But whatever the truth may be, just promise you'll stay away from the lakeshore until we know more. The lakeshore! That reminds me, our friends may still be planning to go there. I hope you feel better soon, Ben, but I've got to hurry and tell Penny, Tulip, and Barnaby what you saw. Well, alright. Part 2's done. So that's great. On to part 3. In the light of Ben's news, you and your friends vote on whether or not to cancel your camping trip. However, things don't go exactly as planned. Are we going to go camping? Because I want to. Hi everyone, thanks for reading me. There's something you all need to know. However, it is important we keep this between us for now. We don't want to cause a panic. Oh no, we're all in danger. I knew it. Slow down, Penny. He hasn't said anything yet. The truth is, I've just come from visiting Ben in the hospital wing, and I've heard some alarming news. According to him, he woke up there after encountering you-know-who by the lakeshore. Oh no, it can't be! Ben said he had a hood pulled over his face, but he was quite certain it was him. Tosh, I like Ben as much as anyone, but he's no Harry Potter? Well, I gotta take a screenshot of that. That's amazing! We did actually see him as well. A lot of people pointed this out to me when we started the Year 8, Chapter 1, after graduation. If Ben really encountered you-know-who, there's no way he'd survive to tell a story. Ben has changed, and he's too eager to prove himself. His new taste for danger clouts his judgment. You have a point. I told him myself I wasn't sure I believed him. Still, he seemed certain of what he saw. If there's even a chance you-know-who is out there, perhaps it is best if we cancel the camping trip. Cancel camping? Absolutely not. Ben didn't even see his face. There's no way he could know for sure. Even Professor McGonagall said the story might not be true. That's true. There's always been rumors of you-know-who's return, but I never believed them before. I want to be safe, but perhaps you have a point, Tulip. I just don't know. It's so hard to know what to think. Alright, so we're going to talk it and we're going to vote. Should we cancel the trip or not? Logically and common sense would be, don't go on the dang trip until we know for sure what's going on. Stay in your dorm, like everybody else, until the professors and everything figure out what's going on, and then we can go on our trip. What's the rush? Alright, everyone has had a chance to say their piece. It is time to put it to a vote. What do you say, Patty? Honestly, I still think we should cancel the trip. It's better to be safe than sorry. And I say there's no sense in canceling the trip based on rumors. There's too much uncertainty around this sighting. We can't let fear of you-know-who run our lives. Alright, that's 1 for canceling and 1 against. What about you, Barnaby? Have you made up your mind? My body wants to be brave, but my brain won't fall in line. Whenever I try to have that thought, you-know-who pops in my head, and the thought of it runs off screaming. But I do trust you, Casey. Whatever you think is best, count me in. That means Casey is the deciding vote. Because of course I am. So what do you say? Should we cancel the trip or not? Now remember what I said a second ago. Logically, it would make sense to just sit back and wait until everything is kind of unfolded. And then we can enjoy our trip without any fear or any problems at all whatsoever. But I want to go camping. And I want to see them. In the end, there's no proof that you-know-who is out there. I say, let's go camping. We only have so much time before the season changes, and we can't let fear run our lives. Brilliant! I knew you make the brave choice, Casey. So that settles it. We're going camping. But I know you really wanted to cancel, Penny. Are you sure you're going to be alright? I still think it's dangerous, but there is safety in numbers. I'll go. But you have to promise we'll get out of there if anything seems amiss. You betcha. And if it doesn't, we'll have an unforgettable night. Of course we will. There you are, Casey. Nice work, you three. The place looks brilliant. We've got the tent all set up and the fire roasting. I'd say it's time we all hunker down by the fire to roast a few bangers and tell some spooky stories. We can tell stories, but listening about werewolves or ghouls, that's too spooky. Don't be nervous, Penny. We're all here together. We can take care of each other. Actually, she's not the one who gets nervous. Really, Barnaby? You're nervous? That's unlike you. I didn't think I would be, but ever since we got here, I can't stop thinking about you-know-who. Don't worry, Barnaby. We're all here together. We'll protect each other. And besides, there's no way you-know-who is out here. It's just a rumor. People always get spooked by them. But think about it. Ben's our person on a hood. There's no way you could be certain of it was you-know-who. Believe me, when you-know-who is nearby, you know it. There's no question. Even the thought of him gets under my skin. It brings me back to the night I saw him talking with my parents. I guess I never got over it. I didn't know you met you-know-who? That's interesting. It's a long story. Why don't you tell us about it, Barnaby? It would make a good campfire story. And perhaps we'll help you remember you are not in that place anymore. You're with friends. You're safe. Alright, I am interested in this actually. I want to see. Or hear. Whatever. You know what I mean. Okay, I'll tell you about the night I saw you-know-who. The night that changed my life forever. It's very mysterious, and I'm all on board for it. That's a chilling story, Barnaby. I didn't realize that night made such a lasting impression. Yes, you-know-who was right there. I could feel a sense of overwhelming darkness in the room. All my life, I've been trying to get rid of that feeling. Trying to stop that feeling so vulnerable and unprepared. I do feel a little bit better after talking about it, though. Thanks for listening. I know you all voted to come here and enjoy the night together, but after hearing that, I don't think I can do it. Get a hold of yourself, Penny. It's only a story. Let's try and be rational. After what Barnaby just said, fear seems like the only rational response. Blimey, I thought camping would be fun, but it's starting to feel like you're all ganging up on me. Side with Penny, side with Tulip. It is just a story, and we don't really have any proof of anything going on. We're not ganging up on you, Tulip. In fact, I'd say you make a pretty good point. We should try to stay rational and not let fear get the better of us. That's why I voted to go ahead with this camping trip. Let's not scare ourselves out of having some fun. Thanks for saying that, Casey. I was starting to feel like I was totally alone in my thinking. I don't want to be as stubborn as someone like Marula, and I don't think any of you are wrong to be afraid. But I watched my parents' fear of you-know-who totally consume their lives for years. That's not me. I can't live like that. If I'm going to miss a night of fun with my friends, it would take a lot more than a few scary stories. Oh! Crack! Someone's coming! I heard something! I don't see anyone. I heard something too. So did I. There certainly was a crack, but what was it? It's him! Run! did Barnaby run right to where the hooded person was? Because that's not good. Have you two seen Barnaby? There's no time to waste. We need to find him and get back to the castle. That time back at our campsite, it was him. I looked into the shadows and I saw he who must not be named. He looked just like Ben said, and I could feel that it was him. We have to hurry to safety before he finds us. Listen, the shadows play tricks on you. You didn't see what you think you saw. You're mistaken, KC. No, I'm certain. Alright, perhaps I am. The honest truth is all I saw was a hooded person. I have no idea if it could have been him or not. I suppose I could have been mistaken. It looked like you-know-who, but perhaps it was a magical disguise. Exactly. Either would make more sense, because it would explain why I saw something completely different. You all ran, but I stayed, and I saw who startled us, and it wasn't you-know-who. I know, it was something much more terrifying, at least to me. Crick? Oh no, it found us! Barnaby! Good old pal, how you doing? Barnaby! How you doing, man? I'm so glad you're alright. Me too. I got confused when he told us to run. Instead of running from the noise, I ran after it. I chased that clown through the woods for a long time before I realized I was alone. Hold on. When you say clown, you mean a metaphorical clown, right? No, I mean a terrifying, jolly face painted into an unrelenting smile real clown. Alright, now I'm officially confused. None of this makes any sense. It seems we've all seen something different, so perhaps we better start by getting our story straight. Let's all say what we saw and when we saw it. Once we have the details, perhaps a pattern will emerge. I do remember a spell that we were practicing or something along the lines of that anyways. What you saw would be what you feared the most. I'm assuming that's what this is. Don't ask me to tell you what the spell was or anything, because I don't remember. Alright, I think I got it. We heard a noise. I looked up and saw you-know-who. Then, we all ran except for Tulip. When she was alone, Tulip saw Marula in the shadows, so she ran after us to tell us it was only her. When Penny heard something coming, she looked back and saw a werewolf staring at her from behind Tulip. And I didn't see anything. Not for a long time. I just ran into the dark and chased after the noise in the shadows. I'd nearly run it out of the forest before I caught up with it. That's when I finally saw it was a clown. And, from what you're all saying, it seems like it must have been some kind of shape-shifting clown. Or, perhaps it was only a clown when you were alone with it, Barnaby. Just like it was only you-know-who when I was looking at it. And it was a werewolf when I was the only one looking at it as well. Precisely. Given such specific sightings at specific times, I think I know what we're dealing with. We know from our first visit to Jacob's room, Tulip, that you-know-who is my boggart. That's right, and that's around the same time we learned Marula is mine. You probably all guessed by now that werewolves are mine. Blimey, then we must be dealing with some kind of clown-shaped boggart. I think it's just a regular boggart, Barnaby. Ah, that makes sense. Clowns are my boggart after all. Dreadful things, really. So that explains it. Ben's boggart must be you-know-who as well. That makes sense. You-know-who is one of the most common boggarts in the wizarding world. That explains the story swirling around the castle. And why I was the only one among us who saw and felt the presence of you-know-who at the campsite. It was never you-know-who at all. It was a boggart all day. Phew, that's much more preferable than it being you-know-who. That's true, but boggarts are still quite dangerous. Lucky for us, we no longer have to worry about it. I chased it to the edge of the forest and saw it vanish into Hogsmeade with my own eyes. We're totally safe. Oh no. That's not quite the reaction I was expecting. If you chase the boggart into Hogsmeade, it means we're safe, but the unsuspecting villagers aren't. If there is a boggart loose in Hogsmeade, it can wreak all kinds of havoc. Well, that's true. That's alright, we'll get at it, we'll get out of this. We gotta go to Hogsmeade, take care of it once and for all, it's fine. Not so fast, Casey. Boggarts are still less dangerous than you-know-who, but they're not as easily dispatched. There's only one spell that will successfully banish a boggart. Ridiculous! We didn't know it perfectly. You're right, Penny. If we're going to face a boggart in Hogsmeade, we need to make sure we're masters in ridiculous. Then let's head back to our campsite and review the spell. Then, we'll be ready to banish this boggart for good. Alright everyone, it's now or never, so we've got to be quick. The boggart was last seen in Hogsmeade. The boggart was last seen entering Hogsmeade, which means we only have a very short time to review ridiculous. If you encounter the boggart as you-know-who, it won't be as powerful, but it will still be formidable. Right, so we should review defensive spells as well. Let's split into groups and save time. I'll study ridiculous with Penny, while Barnaby and Tulip practice their defenses. As soon as we're comfortable with our spells, we'll track the boggart down and banish it for good. I hear ya, man. I think I've got ridiculous down, but I'm sorry to hear you're so worried, Penny. It's just, we've never confronted a boggart beyond the castle walls. It won't be easy, and we won't be safe. We'll be alone with the boggarts. The idea of going up against our worst fears on our own frightens me. What about you? Are you scared? Yes, I'm scared. No, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of anything. I'm not scared, Penny. We could do this together. I believe that. And when others are in danger, we don't always have to have the luxury of being afraid. We have to act. You're right, Casey. I want to help the people of Hogsmeade, so I suppose I'll have to face my fear. But before we go, show me your wand movements for ridiculous. I want to make sure that they're just right. Alright, let me show you how it's done. What's the trace on this? That's it, huh? Oh, that's pretty easy. There! How'd I do? Absolutely perfect! When we find that boggart, you'll just need to focus, make those exact movements, and say the incantation. Do all that, and the boggart doesn't stand a chance. Then let's get the others ahead to Hogsmeade. It is time to banish a boggart. For the longest time I thought it was boggart, but it's boggart. So on to the fourth and final part of this limited time side quest. You rush to Hogsmeade to find the boggart, leading to an important decisive decision. Can you catch the boggart in time and save the Hogsmeade Carnival? I assume so. Alright friends, we've been preparing for this all night. We need to find that boggart and banish it for good. I don't see any signs of it though. Yeah, me neither, but Barnaby saw it disappear into the village, so it must be here somewhere. Let's ask around. I'm sure someone saw something that could help us find the boggart before it's too late. I didn't see any boggart, but I got 2 leads from the villagers as to where it might be. There was a disturbance at the 3 broomsticks earlier, and people heard raised voices as zonkos. One of those has got to be the boggart! Exactly. We should search both locations immediately. If it is the boggart, we need to find it before it gets away. If we split into groups of 2, we can search both locations at the same time. I'll investigate one location with Barnaby, and Penny and Tulip can search the others. That way, each group will have a person who reviewed defensive spells, and one who reviewed ridiculous. Brilliant, now we just need to decide who goes where. What do you think, KC? Well, I don't think it really matters at the end of the day, but I think Zonko's. Barney and I will go to Zonko's. I've got a feeling we'll find a boggart there. That's what I was hoping you'd say. I could really go for a mug of butterbeer to calm my nerves. Oh yeah, butterbeer, I could have had that. That's fine. Tulip and I will go to the 3 broomsticks while you two go to Zonko's. Then, good luck to us all, and let's go. Hopefully, the next time we see each other, we'll be celebrating a victory. There isn't much time. Is it there, though? We don't know for sure. The villagers said they heard raised voices here earlier. Keep your eyes peeled for anything boggarty. I'm looking. Things look fairly calm now. I don't see any boggarts, but I do see a young witch where Bilton Bilms should be. Who's that? If that young witch has been at the counter for long, I bet she'd know if there was any trouble here. We should question her immediately. Follow me. She kinda has a scowl on her face. Excuse me, miss, but we need a moment of your time. Of course, just let me know how I can help. We just need you to answer a few questions before something terrible happens. Lay it on me. Blimey, it's a lot of questions, and the shop's filled up completely since we started talking. You made it sound quite important, so I want to help you, but I'm covering for the shop's owner, Bilton Bilms. You mentioned that you're a friend of Bilton, so I am sure you'll be happy for me to help you. But I really only have time to answer one of your questions, and I need to get back to the shop duties. Alright, so ask where Bilton is, ask about disturbance, ask if she's seen any boggarts. Well, clearly the third one. This may sound odd, but have you seen any boggarts around here? No, but funny you should mention non-beings. Earlier, a customer claimed she saw a Dementor at the carnival. It is rubbish, of course. Dementors don't leave Azkaban. And if there was one circling around the Hogsmeade Carnival, surely Bilton would have returned to tell me. Now, I really hate to cut this short, but I should get back to helping customers. Nice to meet you both. Cheerio. Did you hear that? A Dementor at the Hogsmeade Carnival. Yeah, what are the odds there'd be a Dementor and a boggart in Hogsmeade on the same day? Barnaby, that Dementor's got to be a boggart. Whoever saw that must be deadly afraid of Dementors. Blimey, that's dreadful. Exactly. If a boggart is at the Hogsmeade Carnival, it won't be long before everyone there is terrified. There's no time to track down Tulip and Penny. It is near the end of the day, so the carnival will be quite crowded. We have to hurry to the festival grounds before there's an all-out panic. Is nobody going to question this? There's so many people there, nobody seems to care, because obviously they heard me. Alright there, boggarts, or Dementor, where you be? Oh! Oh no, Bilton! There it is, Barnaby, look! It is the Dementor the young witch at Zonko told us about. That must be the boggart. Bilton's boggart must be Dementor's. We have to do something fast before it hurts him. I'll get his attention so it changes to my boggart, and you get Bilton to safety. Then, I'll catch Ridiculous. Alright, let's do this. Hey you, over here! Think you could scare me, huh? Whoa! Blimey, that boggart's fast! I'll have to dodge his blast until I can get my footing and catch Ridiculous. I thought maybe we would do a duel. That would have been kind of nice. I could have saved some energy, all that stuff. But nope, because of course you're not going to do that. Phew, that was close, but I finally got my footing. This is my moment. Bye-bye, boggart. Look at you. So ridiculous. Ha! Well, I guess they're gone. They flew back to Krypton. You did it! It is a bit weird you think that clowns are funny when they're actually terrifying beasts, but good on you. Well done. I was so frightened by the Dementor, I was totally paralyzed. I had no idea it was only a boggart. Without your KC, it would have been my end. You saved the Hogsmeade Carnival all on your own. Take all the credit. Give Barnaby some credit. I'll give Barnaby a little bit of credit. Why not? Don't forget to thank Barnaby. The plot never would have worked without him. Aw, thanks, Casey. We make a pretty good team. Now that the boggart is gone, the Hogsmeade Carnival can carry on as planned. We can all rest easy. Blimey, that reminds me. There are people at Hogwarts who still don't know it was a boggart all along. They're all likely to be on high alert. I've got to head back to the castle and tell everyone the good news. Everything's back to normal. Back to the castle to talk to Professor Dumbledore and get my prize. What's my prize? Well, you'll see in a second. Hello, sir. We came as fast as we could. I'm Ben. I didn't expect to see you here. I'm glad to see you back on your feet. I was just catching up, Mr. Copper, up on your exploits at the Hogsmeade Carnival. I've had a word with Madame Pince, Hagrid, and Bill Milnes. It seems you've been quite busy. I thought I'd better ask you all to gather here so you might indulge us with your side of the story. Of course, sir. We'll tell you everything that's happened. Perhaps, then you'll see that we can all rest easy. As long as it's not another 8-hour quest. Boy, howdy, you know it. I'm still a bit afraid of everything, but you reminded me of the benefits of being brave, Casey. Even so, it is quite a relief to hear it was only a boggart I saw by the lake. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you know who were actually to return. Me neither. It is oddly comforting to hear we share the same boggart, though. It seems you were right not to believe my story. You're a good friend for being so honest with me. We need good friends in dark times. They remind us not to lose hope. And hope is the greatest power of them all. Without it, one is often helpless, but with it, anything is possible. As you've proven your ability to light a brave path for yourself and your friends, I have a gift for you. Hey, thanks, man. It is a special candle with a wick that will never run out. Thank you, sir. May it be a reminder of your bravery, and that, even in the darkest times, there's still light to be found. Because we cannot know what the future holds, and we must stay vigilant. But for now, we can rest easy, thanks to you. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate getting the candle. Now, this isn't any ordinary candle. Yes, Dumbledore is talking about the wick. Never running out. Oh, I leveled up. Oh, how do you like that? That actually helps for my energy a lot. I went up 30 energy. 55 to 85. Alright, so I switched it up. I think that's good. Let's just make sure. Hey, yeah, I got it. That's great. I think they stack. Yeah, they stack. Actually, I can't tap it, but I'm pretty sure it's an energy one. Or sorry, a gem one. That is it for this very long, limited time side quest. These are things I don't normally do, but I'm trying to do more of them. Now they've been popping up. This one took a long time because, you don't have any energy and you gotta wait and wait and wait. In the end, it wasn't you and a hope, but there's a couple things. They're obviously teasing them. And then we've seen Harry Potter as well, so I have a feeling they're going to come into play eventually down the road, but let me know down below what you thought of this entire questline. Subscribe for more Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery videos, and I will see you moving forward with more. It said, Hogwarts Mystery. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye everybody.